Hello and welcome back. This is Joanna the Medium. I'm also an intuitive coach. Welcome to your July 2017 readings. As always, thank you so much for watching, for sharing, and for liking. If you would like a private session with me just to see how life goes on with you or what you would like to have clarity on, I have included that information down below for you. Also, I will be away for a big part of July, which means August readings will be either late or I will do them halfway through August, but I will also include September. I may also do a quick mid-month August, these readings will be much shorter. So I will have to see what I do, but I'm already saying to you, just so you know, they won't be posted August 1st because I just won't be able to. There's just not enough time for me to do all of it. Also, 6-month readings from July until December will be posted on Vimeo in the next couple of weeks, and I will probably post a video on that once it's ready. I just want to say July seems to be a fantastic month for most of the signs. Actually, there's nothing here that I can remember that's negative. It seems to be a pretty good energy. A lot of transformations, a lot of transitions, but these are all fantastic energies. I have tried to make the readings shorter because I do realize many of you don't have time to listen to me for 35 minutes. And they just did not go as planned. So most of them are over 30 minutes. I do apologize for that. I will do my best to keep them shorter because not only is the recording of them tremendously time consuming, but it also takes a lot longer to download. So I will keep them a little bit shorter while still being able to give you as much information as I can. Also, is there anything else? I feel that's it. Of course, always thank you so much for watching and for liking or subscribing. Please comment if you would like to, as to how this affects you, and always listen to your other signs, your moon sign and your rising sign, as well as your sun sign, because oftentimes these signs will give you much more clarity with regards to what goes on with you. And I think that's all I have left. I'm supposed to say good luck to somebody, but good luck to everybody. Good luck to all of us. And without further ado, let's get started on July readings. I hope you enjoy them. Have a wonderful month. Take care. Hello, beautiful Capricorns. This is going to be a reading for the month of July. I have 6 cards. It just kind of happened that way. I wasn't planning on having 6 cards, but they all fell out and I was asked to keep them, and there is a message behind them. So let's get started. First and foremost, when I was meditating on your sign, like I always do before each and every reading that I do, I kept seeing the sign of transformation or an internal death. Obviously, this has got nothing to do with physical death. This is a death of being, death of the old way. I'm going to use the word transformation because death can be kind of taken in the wrong way. Transformation from the old to the new. And not only was this shown to me as the overall energy through the month of July, and I'm actually being shown the month of August, it was actually shown to me in 2 different aspects of your life, because I have this separated into health, prosperity, and also love relationship. Let me just close the email. My apologies. So transformation is the energy that I kept being shown over and over again. I also felt and saw that you are making room emotionally for something new, something that will be a brand new beginning for you. This is something that is not physically it's not physically visible to you yet. It is an energy in the process of becoming, but I saw very clearly, and the sign that I saw was pouring water out of a cup, and to me it's a symbol of making room for something new emotionally. So in other words, clearing out old emotions in order to make room for something new. And unless we have room available for something new, adding something new to what is existing, particularly if the existing emotion is not great, it can cause a bit of an upheaval in a relationship. And I do have a feeling it has to do a lot with relationships. Some of it is to do with work, but a lot of it will have to do with personal and or romantic relationships. Let me just see what else I saw. I also saw in my mind Two of Wands, which in my mind, it was representing that the month of July, and I want to go a little bit into August, is not so much a time of doing. It is a time of being. In other words, it's not a very action-oriented period, and I want to go with 6 weeks or so. It is more an emotionally connected time, and it's time of a lot of letting go. It's time of a lot of making room for the new, clearing the old. The association I get this is letting go of the old energies, clearing old energies, cleansing the palette, if you will, letting go of past emotional connections in order to make room for the new. And I'm being shown a vision of a red carpet being rolled in front of me, signifying you're about to enter a brand new beginning. The month of August is being shown to me, and this beginning is obviously an emotionally there's an emotional connection there, and it'll be different thing for different people. I mean, we can have beginnings on many different aspects in our life, but there is an emotional connection. There's an excitement with it. There's a sense of newness. The number 8 is being presented to me, which signifies not only emotional abundance, but also prosperity. So for some of you, this is going to be work related, but also feeling empowered. Some of you are coming from a place of dissolution, and the dissolution is a breakup, whether it happened not too long ago, I'm getting here in the month of May, or whether it happened quite some time ago. You are coming from a place of dissolution, which has left you emotionally tangled. So you need to untangle yourself. Let me just see if there's anything else. Okay, the rest I have is pertaining to the card. So the overall energy. Okay, I have to stop because my guy just said, reminder not to forget to take your pills. So whoever you are, he stops me once in a while. Whoever you are, if you forget to take pills, this just came right away. Do not forget to take your pills. For some of you, it is to do with not getting pregnant. For some of you, it is other pills. But you are, please don't forget to take your pills. Okay, I'm going to move on now. You guys notice some of you have commented that my nose is very itchy when spirit comes through. And yes, you'll see me do this. So don't pay attention. Okay, so the overall energy that is represented by the card is actually, it's called Memories of Love. It's a card number 6. It is letting go of the past emotional attachments. This is my intuitive interpretation of the card. It is not how the card is normally read, I don't think, because as you guys know, for those of you who do know me, I don't read cards the regular way. They just don't stick to me. 6 is number of balance. So this is about July, and part of August is about emotionally letting go in order to find yourself in a much more harmonious state of being. And for some of you, you are coming from a place of disharmony or emotional turmoil, whether it's a breakup or whether it's something has happened in the past, and it could be long time ago, it could be very recent, but it has left you feeling adrift. That is the word that's being shown to me. And for those of you who don't know what adrift means, please look it up. I actually don't use that word that often, so it's interesting that it's coming here. Point is, you are coming in a month of July and August, part of August, you will be spending a lot of time on emotionally clearing your palette. I don't know why he's saying palette, but emotionally clearing your house, which is you. And again, it's for the purpose of harmonizing yourself so that you're feeling much more balanced. So that's actually a great card. Incidentally, transformation and letting go of the past to become more harmonious. That is very connected. The transformation or the death card is significant of letting go of the old because it no longer serves you. So the letting go of the emotional attachments is very much connected to the transformation card that I was getting. Now, moving on to the actual relationship department, I have 3 cards. They literally blew out of my hand and they fell out, and my guide said, keep them all. So the good news, well, actually, there's no bad news. It's really good because what you've got the card of destiny. It's the card number 10, signifying you are coming full circle. You have come full circle. It signifies good luck, karma, life cycles. Things go up and things go down, a turning point. So with regards to your romantic life or relationships, let's call relationships in general. Some of you it will be romantic, some of you it won't be romantic, but I'm packaging it all together, if you will. You're coming full circle and the wheels are about to turn in your favor. What is also interesting is that as you come full circle, karmically speaking, you are letting go of, interesting, 2 cards came up. One card is the card of deception in reverse, and one card is the devil. So when I connected with these cards, what I was being shown is that, particularly with the deception card, that you're actually breaking free from mental prison, from mental conflict. So for some of you, it is a result, maybe not result is not the right word. For some of you, it is connected to your past experiences in your love life, and you have constructed a mental prison within yourself, and that has kept you stuck in your last relationship or in some of your other relationships, but you are letting that go. You are freeing yourself from that in the month of July and August. I keep being referred to month of May. So for some of you, something might have transpired in the month of May. Something might have ended in a month of May. Something might have been pulled away from you, or you have pulled yourself away from something or someone, energetically, emotionally, or both, or physically. But I keep being referred to the month of May for some of you. So for some of you, this is going to hopefully make sense. So letting go of the of the mental prison, the breaking free of the old mental conflict, and also the card of devil. So this is what you're letting go of. It's a lot of it is to do with restrictions. The devil card typically signifies addictions or any behaviors that are out of whack, out of balance, and they're not serving you in a positive way. So as I've said many times before, addictions could be to physical things like drugs, people, shopping, but they can also be emotional addictions. One can be addicted to feeling crappy, and it's because we've been feeling it for so long. It's our norm, and we keep wanting to feel that, even though we don't want to logically, subconsciously. Our body is craving that emotion because it's the norm. So point is, you are letting go of some of those restrictions. For some of you, you're letting go of gambling. And if you have had, now this can be gambling as in, going to gamble with money, or it could also signify, it actually does signify for some of you, it's gambling when it comes to your relationships, or being too frivolous when it comes to your relationships, and the word sex addiction comes out. So if you have had a tendency to be sexually not active, obviously everybody's active, to be sexually, he's asking me to use the word promiscuous. If you have had a tendency to be overly promiscuous, I have a feeling that you're going to let go of some of those ways. Not because it's bad or not because this is being judged, but simply because you will find that it no longer serves you the way it used to serve you. And the reason for it is because I'm being told you will now start craving something more. Now, by no means am I saying that having sex is a bad thing. I would never say that, because it's a normal human behavior. That's not what's being said. What is being said here, and I want to make this very, very clear, what's being said here is that if you have been involved in a behavior that is sexually connected, but it is actually making you feel unhappy, and you are using it as a weapon or as a tool to fulfill some void emotionally that is not being fulfilled, that is what's going to change. So obviously that's not going to fit with all of you. It will fit with some of you, maybe 25% of you. So overall, the love department and or the relationship department looks really good, because what's being said is that you have come full circle, which means you are at the end of a cycle and therefore you are ready to begin new, which is consistent with what I was getting early. And the card of transformation, again, the card of death, is also significant of letting go of behavior. So all these things that are being said, all these things, you're letting go of these things, and that is a good thing. It will leave you much more emotionally balanced and in harmony, which when we are in harmony, we are much more at peace. And when we are much more at peace with ourselves, we attract peace that much more frequently. So that is with regards to your relationships, again, romantic or otherwise. Now, with regards to work, a couple of things. What I kept seeing here is, I've got some notes. I kept shuffling the same deck, and it's like nothing was coming, and then my guide said use a different deck, so I did. So for the next two departments, I'm using a different deck. It's the which one is it? It's the Ciro Marchetti. I think that's the right way of pronouncing it. Anyway, when I was connecting with your work environment, for some of you, I actually kept hearing status quo. So there's not much change in your work environment for some of you. For some of you, I felt that there was dissatisfaction and there was too much effort put on the financial aspect. Now, again, I want to make sure that I clarify this. Money is not the problem. Never. It is the connection we have to money, or how much we connect with money at the detriment of other aspects, that can become the problem. So what I'm hearing here, so for those of you where there is a status quo with regards to work, it's actually a good thing. Nothing is really majorly happening. He's also reminding me it's the summer months, so there's no huge upheavals for many of you. For those of you who are dissatisfied with work, they're showing me here that you are putting far too much emphasis on the financial aspect. Now, obviously, it doesn't mean that you should not be putting attention to money, but if you are fundamentally dissatisfied with your work conditions or situation, and you are sticking around purely for the sake of money, what they're saying here is that there are other options available to you. Now, whether you notice consciously or whether you believe it or don't believe it, that's a different story. But what they're saying here is you might want to rethink how you do things when it comes to your work or career. In other words, if for those of you who are dissatisfied, and that was shown to me very clearly. By the way, the card is 9 of Cups in reverse. So 9 of Cups in upright position is emotional fulfillment. It's the wish card. In reverse, it's the satisfaction. And I asked very clearly, what are they dissatisfied about? And they said, there is little to no passion in what you do. Now, in all fairness, not every job will be filled with passion. I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do, but I also appreciate that not everybody does it. And I used to do jobs that I didn't really care for. So it's not being said here that you have to quit your job and find your passion, and that's not, you have to read between the lines here. What's being said here is, if you continue doing what you're doing and you are dispassionate completely about where you spend majority of your time, for those of you who work full time, the level of dissatisfaction in your work is going to spill out in other areas like relationships and family. And that is almost inevitable. So there's a few things that they're suggesting here. Number one, continue doing what you're doing, but find an element in your work that brings you some level of satisfaction, whatever it is and however tiny it is. Because what they're saying here is, if you can connect with the part of that work that you do or the job that you do that brings you some joy, even if it's just 10 minutes a day, if you start focusing on that aspect of your job, your life at your work will change dramatically. Not only that, as you start building up the feeling of feeling good about a certain aspect, you'll open yourself up to other opportunities. Not only will you be less miserable to you and other people around you, but you will also connect to your work in a different manner. And he's asking me, I'm going to ask him to give an example here of what it could be. I mean, it could be gazillion things during the day that you do. For example, maybe, whatever you do, maybe the thing that you love about your job is that you get a break and you have a coffee with a friend and you have a smoke or something, and that's your social time. And if that is the only thing that you like about your job, and of course this is an example, I'm sure it's not, many of you don't, there's way more. But if you can focus every day on that part that you're going to have that 15-minute break or however it is, and you're going to have that social time, and literally work up that feeling of excitement, your day will dramatically change over a period of time as you continue doing this. And he says, if you give yourself 2 or 3 months of continuing every morning to think about the things that makes you happy about your work that generally you don't like, your life will change dramatically. So I would suggest you actually try it and see if it works, because if you're not wanting to expand and move into a different place or find something that you enjoy, which is always an option, but sometimes, people find it difficult to break free from the habit of being in a place they don't like, or sometimes it's just not that easy. I totally get it, because the overall energy for the month of July and August, some of August, is emotional harmony. It's inner peace. I see what he's doing here is he's showing you ways to get that, like letting go of certain attachments. Because when you get to the place of more peace within, your whole life has the potential to change, because you will emit a completely different energy. So I'm going to leave that for you to think about, to let it percolate. And for those of you who have any little understanding of how energy works, he's asking me to give an example. We as humans, I don't know about other animals, but we as humans cannot be happy and sad at the same time. We cannot be mad and happy at the same time. We cannot feel good and bad at exactly the same time. It's always one or the other. So if we focus on something that feels good, our vibration will completely change for however long we feel good. And as you know, what you emit, you will attract. So I think I'm going to stop harping on this, but I think you get the picture. Month of June, I keep saying the month of May. Month of July and August is very much about an upliftment, about empowerment, about feeling secure and significant within yourself. And if you spend a third of your life at work, sometimes it's more, and you feel pretty crappy, imagine the hours of every month and every year you spend at work feeling crappy. That is the energy you emit, and that will affect you in other areas of your life, and it will also affect your health. Okay, so that's about work. The health and well-being card, we have the Page of Wands. So the moment I actually put this card up, I hear the words Eureka. I don't know why that's being said, but some of you are going to find a solution to your existing health problem or concern. Okay? Some of you, I hear the word surgery, whether it's because you're going to get surgery or surgery is finally going to fix something. There seems to be a solution. Some of you, notice the card is very red. To me, it's a sign of passion, just being passionate overall. But I also saw red blood cells. So for some of you who are, I hear the word anemic. So some of you may be feeling tired and you may be feeling foggy and you don't know why. It could be that your blood needs more red blood cells, or in other words, you are anemic. And I believe that's a very simple blood test to do, and it's a very simple thing to fix. So the red was very clear. It was about blood. So for some of you who are dealing with blood type stuff, there is going to be a solution to your problem. He's asking me to talk about thyroid again. And I hear the word suppression. Your thyroid either needs to be suppressed or it has been suppressed. So those are two different things. Okay, overactive. Some of you have an overactive thyroid and it needs to be suppressed medically. I hear also the words anxiety. So it is quite possible that for those of you who have an anxiety, it might be related to an overactive thyroid. I actually just got dizzy, which you also may get dizzy. If you are dizzy, please obviously check with your doctor what that might be, but I'm also connecting to iron in the body, or iron levels in the blood. So and again, that's the red. So obviously that's something, never take my word for it, always research. But from what I hear from you, the information that I give that are this specific, many of you get back to me and say, oh my God, that's exactly what it is. For some of you, I see chocolate and I'm saying, why do I see chocolate? And then my guide says, put it away. So maybe some of you are overindulging in chocolate, and even though maybe it's the good for you kind, if you are overindulging in it, eventually it ends up being not so good. Okay, so you guys will know who you are with regards to this chocolate or chocolate bars. Okay. That is so funny. I keep seeing pumpkins. I don't know why I keep seeing pumpkins. I see pumpkins and pumpkin seed. For those of you who want to research this, please do me a favor, or do yourself a favor. See what are the healing properties of pumpkin seed and pumpkin oil and pumpkin flesh. Because it's orange, it is associated, I associate this with the second chakra, which is also about confidence, sexuality, and all that kind of stuff. But it's also, I feel like I want to talk about eyesight. Now, I know carrot juice is good for eyesight, keratin, I know that. Never heard of pumpkin, but maybe for some of it's for digestion. Just do yourself a favor, research pumpkin health benefits and see if that makes any sense to you, okay? I hear the word cocoa butter. Oh, okay. Some of you are dealing with eczema, and I hear the words cocoa butter, like raw cocoa butter. So if you haven't been, if you've been dealing with eczema or some kind of skin scaling or condition dryness, and medicated cream is not helping or it has other side effects, cocoa butter, raw, for some reason raw, not refined, but raw cocoa butter, and if it's organic, that much better. Sorry, my eye. Try that and see if it works. I just got this stabbing in my left eye, so I have to ask what this is about. I hear the words contact lenses and I hear the words dry. If you are experiencing discomfort in your eyes, and you might want to check your contact lenses and the level of moisture in your lenses. Totally new for me as far as a message, but because I keep seeing somebody putting drops, particularly in the left eye. I'm just trying to see what he's showing me. Some of you need to have your vision checked, because I keep seeing you closing one eye and looking through with the other eye. So some of you may need to have your eyes checked. And I think that's all I have. I'm trying not to make these too long this month, because they take forever to download and then you guys get bored. So I hope this makes sense. I wish you the best of July and part of August. Do yourself a favor, emotionally cleanse, and just decide you're going to be living much more in harmony. And if you would like to comment, please do. I always love reading your comments. And until the month of August, I wish you a wonderful next 6 weeks or so. Thank you so much for watching, for liking, for sharing and subscribing. I will always say this, without you I wouldn't do this. And of course, if you would like a private session just to know how this is pertaining to your life in particular, because this is general, by all means, that information is down below, and I will be honored to have a session with you. Thank you so much again, and I will see you soon. Bye.